time-traveling safari meant to observe how we were in the past. They are supposed to keep out of sight, but thanks to human/mechanical errors, there have been hiccups with their cloaking, which have resulted in being seen. That's why there have always been so many reports of them throughout history, but there have never been an attack. It's just us. This theory says that all of the UFO sightings people have had throughout history aren't aliens from another planet. They're actually just, us or humans from the future, like way in the future. The theory explains that at some point in time, we figured out how to travel back through time, and now people from that future use it to visit the past. Kind of like, how we go on safaris to observe wildlife, except instead of animals, they're observing how them or humans or us or whoever, how we used to live. And here's where it gets, pretty interesting. The theory says that these future humans aren't supposed to, interact with us or, change anything. They're just supposed to watch. They use advanced cloaking technology to stay hidden, but, like the theory said, sometimes that goes wrong. Maybe there's a glitch in the system, maybe the pilot had an error, or, possibly even bad weather. Every now and then, the craft from the future becomes visible for a few seconds, and that's what people are seeing when they report a UFO. It's just a future human accidentally letting us get a glimpse of their time travel.
Whoever liked the stream,
The
I
theory
appreciate
also
it.
explains why no one has ever been attacked by these UFOs. There's never been an alien invasion or no hostile landings, or, there's just been nothing like that. And it's because they aren't here to conquer Earth or to communicate with us. They're here to study us and document us. They're probably trying to write a history book or something. I don't know. But it's just like how people go to national parks and take pictures of, elk standing near a mountain or something like that. They aren't allowed to feed the elk or to touch them. It's basically the same rules apply here. It's humans observing humans, and the one humans are way older than the other humans. Or way more advanced, if that makes sense. And this also explains why UFO sightings have been happening for centuries. There's ancient paintings, there's old manuscripts, and there's even pilots during World War II who have reported seeing strange objects in the sky. The theory says that it's just different future tourists visiting, different eras. Like, shit, dude, if I could time travel, I'd go see World War II. Get a front row seat to World War II, maybe. So when someone sees a flying saucer or a strange object in the sky, the theory says it isn't aliens at all. It's literally just us from the future on a high-tech field trip to see what life was like back when things were still, wild. Theory number 6. Abductees are remembering a confabulation of their birth and handling by doctors and don't know it. Now, this theory says that what a lot of people think are alien abduction memories are actually just broken, scrambled memories of their own birth. The theory explains that when someone is born, especially in, a hospital setting, the experience is pretty freaking intense. There are bright lights, there's strange figures wearing masks, they're also wearing gloves, and they have gowns on, and there's just, a lot of unfamiliar sounds. A newborn's senses are just coming online, and their brain is trying to make sense of the world for, of course, the very first time. The theory says that those early moments, especially if they were, stressful for the baby or even traumatic,
For the baby. Kilala, shut up.
Subconscious. The theory says that later in life, especially during hypnosis, dreams, or certain triggers, those deep memories can resurface. But since the adult mind can't make sense of the, raw, confusing memory of being born, it fills in the blanks with something, more understandable. And that's where the confabulation comes in. And all that means is that the brain mixes real memories with imagination to create a story that feels real, even if it didn't exactly happen like that. So when someone says they were on a cold table surrounded by strange beings with, large eyes under these blinding lights, the theory is just saying that they might actually be remembering the doctors and nurses from the day that they were born. When they say they are being poked with instruments or couldn't move or speak, the theory just explains that these could be memories of being handled right after delivery. Even the feeling of floating could be connected to being carried or lifted in those early moments. I also saw someone commented under this theory and was talking about the probing, how some people have claimed the aliens stuck a rod up their butts. Some people were like, hey, that's the thermometer. The alien didn't probe you. It was just the creepy doctor sticking a thermometer up your ass. Now this theory also points out that these abductions often have a medical theme, like, they're either getting examined or there's a procedure being done on them. The theory says that that lines up, perfectly with what actually happens during birth, and because newborns don't understand language, emotion, or identity yet, that the whole experience could feel alien and strange when it's remembered later on in life. So in short, this theory basically just says that alien abduction memories aren't about aliens at all. They're just confused memories out of the first moments we ever experienced.
I don't know. If every single abduction is just confused memories, I don't know about that.
Gas station theory. They've been stopping here to resupply on their way to Planet Kolob for ages, and all of a sudden, those crazy humanids evolved. The theory says that Earth wasn't always special or important. In fact, for most
Yo,
of
Arm
the
Rider,
universe's
what's
history,
up, bro?
Earth was basically just a pit stop. The theory explains that advanced alien civilizations have been traveling through space for ages, even way before
Good, just kinda
humans
hanging out.
existed. And Earth was just one of those places that they stopped to rest or
Hanging out,
fuel
putting a
or to
video
collect
on or two.
resources. Quite literally a
You're good,
gas station.
excellent.
Sitting on
What
a
have you been up to today, bro?
space highway. Earth wasn't really too exciting to them. It was just convenient, like that 7-Eleven you hit up every day for a pack of winter greens. Now here's where things kind of take a turn in this theory. So according to the theory, aliens had been using Earth as this refueling stop for millions of years. Maybe they were just collecting water or mining rare elements or taking a piss break, whatever it may be. Now, one of the big destinations in this theory is Planet Kolob, which is a name sometimes linked to old religious texts or sci-fi ideas. But here it's basically used as the next major stop in the galaxy. So it goes Earth, and then, they hit the 7-Eleven, they get their winter greens, they take a piss, and then they go back to this planet, or I guess not go back, but then they go to this planet.
MILF hunting?
Aliens kept
Yes,
them
we're
free
MILF
by
hunting
Earth,
today.
They were doing their thing, there was no problems. But then at some point, there was something pretty unexpected that happened. It was that, early humans started to evolve, and they were evolving pretty damn fast. The theory says that from the aliens' point of view, this was a complete surprise. It's like, stopping at a gas station one day and finding out that all of the ants living in those little cracks have suddenly built a, massive city around the 7-Eleven, and they invented nuclear power. Or like the unhoused fellas at the 7-Eleven, built a apartment complex right next to 7-Eleven and somehow have
We've got 3 likes.
that.
I see
Anyways,
2.
The theory also explains that aliens didn't see it coming, and now they have a problem. Earth isn't just a 7-Eleven anymore. It's home to a species that's building rockets, that's detecting strange signals, and they're just asking all these questions. So now the aliens have to either stay hidden,
We got
avoid
3.
us,
I always see
figure out
2.
what to do about it. That's why the theory says that UFO sightings have increased in recent history. It's not an invasion, it's aliens checking in on a spot that they used to come visit all the time, only now it's, crawling with unpredictable humans. What used to be a quiet gas station turned into a zoo exhibit that they just, can't ignore. It's like your neighborhood 7-Eleven is getting renovations, and you're like, damn, I'm not gonna go in there because it's a little too fancy for me. But, look at it. That was my 7-Eleven, and now it's a fucking Marriott.
I'll have to do something or come later. Okay.
Houses the perfect scenario for continued life with a
I'll still
sun
be here.
that won't go away for a long time. Meanwhile, an advanced planet that houses life from a faraway galaxy's sun is going to die soon. As the advanced planet inhabitants realize that their sun's death is inevitable, they are scouting new places to live. They are watching us destroy our planet and are getting mad because we are essentially ruining their future home. If current international conditions lead to a third world war, they will intervene and take us all out for the sake of keeping their investment intact. The theory says that somewhere in a faraway galaxy, there's a planet with an extremely advanced species living on it. This planet has been around for a long time, and its people have mastered space travel, technology, and survival, but the only problem is that their sun is dying. And when a sun dies, it either turns into a white dwarf, explodes into a supernova, or collapses in on itself. Either way, it becomes unlivable. The theory explains that the aliens know they don't have forever. Their time is running out, and they've been searching for a new home. They've been busy on Zillow, I'll say that. Now, here's where Earth comes in. The theory says that Earth is actually the perfect backup plan. We have stable temperatures, we have a protective atmosphere, we have water, and most importantly, we have a sun that's not going anywhere for a few billion years. That's only if I got nothing to say about it. To them, Earth, is prime real estate. So they've been watching it for a while, possibly even for centuries. They've been sending out probes, they've been observing our behavior, and they've been figuring out if it's going to be safe when they finally, pack up and make the move across galaxy or across universe or whatever. But basically, here's the problem. The theory explains that humans are basically, trashing the place. There's pollution, there's war,
We're
there's
India,
nuclear
essentially.
weapons, there's deforestation, there's climate change. From their perspective, we're not taking care of the one planet they need to survive. And it's not just annoying to them, it's, threatening their entire future. Now, the theory says that this is where things get serious. If humans push too far, especially if we start something like a, third world war or trigger a full-on planetary disaster, they're not just going to, sit back, kick up their feet, have a hamburger, coffee. The theory proposes that if Earth becomes too damaged or unstable, these aliens will intervene. And not just in a peaceful way. The theory says that they will wipe us out entirely to protect the planet. And it's not out of cruelty, I'm not saying these aliens are cruel, but it's because, Earth is now their only investment. It's their lifeline. They need Earth. They can't afford to let us,
We need Earth.
dirty humans ruin their,
She's been there for you through everything. And now you're learning this next thing together. We get it.
We all need Earth. I'll be real with you
I'm
guys.
a caregiver who does too. Join now for 20% off care.com.
You did say today is a yes day, right? Yes. Can we play laser tag? Yes. Rematch at the pool.
Ready-to-eat meal delivery services are not created equal. At Factor, it's personal. Everything is done from scratch every single day.
New house on Zillow, they don't want to do any renovations, they just want to move into a nice house. So according to the theory, we're being watched closely, and if we go too far, we won't be fighting, each other, we'll be fighting them. Theory number 9, that humans are not from Earth, that we terraformed Earth and annihilated all dinosaurs so we humans can survive on the planet. We couldn't coexist given their size, so whoever chose this planet to settle on had to get rid of the dinosaurs first. This theory says that humans didn't evolve naturally on Earth. Instead, we came from somewhere else in the universe. This could have been from a different planet or another star system or even, a whole nother galaxy. The theory explains that Earth was chosen as a place to be settled because it had the right ingredients for life. It had water, it had oxygen, it had gravity, it had temperature, and, it also had a solid surface. That helps. But, of course, there was one big problem, and that was the dinosaurs.
True.
The theory says that dinosaurs were already here and thriving when our species or our creators, showed up. But because they were massive and they were territorial and they were just, completely dominant, there was no way that humans could live alongside them. The theory explains that, trying to survive or build any kind of civilization with giant dinosaurs roaming around it wasn't possible. So
I don't
according to
believe
the
that.
theory, the solution was simple.
That doesn't make any
Just,
sense. You can
walk
travel
up
through
the theory
space, but you
proposed
can't
that the
control
asteroid
dinosaurs from
supposedly
destroying your
caused the
city.
extinction of the dinosaurs around, 66 million years ago, wasn't just, random. It wasn't natural and it wasn't intentional.
If you have
It
enough
was a
firepower to
precision
kill all the
strike meant to
dinosaurs,
reset
nah,
the
that doesn't
planet.
make
By
any
getting rid
sense.
of the dinosaurs, Earth was cleared out and made safe for humans or, human-like beings to arrive and to thrive. Quick little rhyme there. And then comes the next step, terraforming. The theory says that Earth was slowly transformed to match the needs of human life. Things like, atmospheric composition, land mass
Fruits.
stability, and even the temperature range were all adjusted over time. Basically, Earth was engineered to become the perfect home for humans. And the reason why humans sometimes feel like we don't, fully belong on Earth, we have issues with getting sunburned and allergies and even back pain from gravity, is just because this planet wasn't originally ours. We were placed here, or we placed ourselves here. So the theory says that dinosaurs didn't just go extinct. They were eliminated so humans could move in and just take over their planet. It was a clean slate, a new listing on Zillow, and we were the new tenants. Theory number 10, the Battle of L.A. This theory theory focuses on a real event that happened during the early morning hours of February 25th, 1942, just a couple months after the U.S. entered World War II. Now, air raid sirens went off in Los Angeles.
I heard about
Military
that. I don't know how I feel
forces
about
believed
it.
that LA was under attack. Searchlights lit up the sky, and anti-aircraft guns fired over 1,400 rounds at an unidentified flying object that people swore that they saw in the sky. I mean, explosions shook buildings, shrapnel fell from the air, and even 5 civilians ended up dying. I mean, a few died from heart attacks, and others just died from accidents caused by the chaos. So then here's where the conspiracy theory kicks in. The theory says that this wasn't a false alarm or a weather balloon. It was a real UFO sighting. Not a plane and not a Japanese attack, but a flying object not from Earth. The theory explains that the military saw something massive, hovering or moving slowly in the sky, and they just panicked. Multiple witnesses reported seeing something metallic, disc-shaped, and completely unaffected by the constant barrage of gunfire. The theory says the military couldn't bring it down, and that's what, really scared them. Over 1,000 rounds of artillery, and, whatever was up there was just, sitting up in the air, chilling like nothing happened. The famous black and white photo from the night shows multiple searchlights all locked onto one spot in the sky, surrounded by explosion. The theory says that this photo is evidence that, something solid was there. Afterward, the government said it was a false alarm, and at first they blamed the nerves, and they later just changed the story to say it was probably just a weather balloon. But the theory explains that, the military had no idea what they were dealing with, so they covered it up. So the Battle of LA theory says that this wasn't a wartime mistake. It was one of the first major encounters with an unidentified flying object, and the military tried and failed, to shoot it down. Theory number 11, the Fermi paradox. The original idea behind the Fermi paradox is simple. I mean, the universe is huge, it's full of stars, and it's filled with planets.
It's gonna bug on
There
me.
are billions of galaxies, each with billions of stars, and many of those stars have planets. So with all of that space and time, the question is, where the hell is everybody? If intelligent life is common, we should have seen signs of it by now. Whether that be radio signals, spacecrafts, something. But we haven't. So that's the paradox. Now here's where the conspiracy theory version steps in. The theory says that we have seen something, like a lot, but it's all just being covered up. The theory explains that governments and secret organizations already know that we aren't alone, and they've known for a long time. And the reason the general public doesn't know is because that information is being kept hidden on purpose. The theory proposes that aliens may have already visited Earth, or they're watching us quietly. It says that sightings, encounters, crashes, and even communication have happened, but they're either erased from public records or being written off as nonsense. You've got events like Roswell, like the Battle of LA that we just talked about, and just other, countless UFO sightings. That's seen as direct proof that we've had contact with these beings or aliens. Another version of the theory says that advanced civilizations purposely avoid us. The theory explains that once a species reaches a certain level of intelligence, they don't just go around, broadcasting their presence. Instead, they go quiet. They hide. And that's actually known as the zoo hypothesis, which basically just says that they're like animals being observed in a galactic nature reserve. They're watching us grow and evolve, but they're, not allowed to intervene. Kind of like, scientists watching wild animals without, disturbing their habitat. There's also the idea that aliens are walking among us already, but they're, in disguise, or they're basically monitoring us from bases hidden underground or, under the ocean. This theory says that that's why the Fermi paradox exists. We're not seeing aliens because someone doesn't want us to see them. So, in simple terms, the Fermi paradox theory isn't a mystery of, why haven't we found aliens? It's a cover-up. We found the aliens a long time ago. We're just, not being told. Theory number 12. Aliens influenced our evolution. This theory says that human beings didn't evolve the way science, normally explains it. Instead of just going from apes to early humans over millions of years, something or someone intervened. The theory says that around 200,000 years ago, Earth was, already full of life, but something strange happened during that time. Homo sapiens, which of course is us, suddenly became, much more advanced.
Homo erectus.
Language, tools, culture, and, complex thinking way faster than expected. The theory says that that's because aliens stepped in and modified our DNA. almost like, a genetic upgrade. Like they all had, the VC, stored up, and they made us all 99 overalls. Or I guess, some of us 99 overalls. Now there's a few folks who I've seen out there that are probably, capped at like a 75, which, is pretty fucked up, but whatever. Anyways, the theory proposes that aliens either mixed their DNA with primitive humans or just altered our genetics completely. This is kind of like what we do today with gene editing or cloning, but on a much bigger level. The idea is that we were either created as a new species or evolved quickly because of all the alien tech and knowledge. And it doesn't, just stop there. The theory also says that aliens might have acted like gods to early humans. That's why there's so many ancient stories and texts and drawings showing flying objects and star beings and, even
Could be
gods
true.
coming down from
Ancient
the sky.
alien shit.
Civilizations like the Sumerians, the Egyptians, and the Mayans all described sky visitors. Theory says that those were actually aliens just visiting us to check on their creation, which of course their creation was us. Some say the reason that we have such advanced leaps in tech, like building the pyramids or early astronomy, is because the aliens gave us knowledge early on. So the theory says that humans didn't just evolve naturally. We were watched, changed, and helped by aliens who either created us on purpose or used it as kind of a project. And even today, they
Definitely
might be
project.
keeping an eye on us, just waiting to see how far we'll go. Theory number 13. Stonehenge was built by aliens when a ship crash landed on Earth. They needed something to prop their ship on to do maintenance work, so they built a Stonehenge as a shipjack. This theory says that a long time ago, an alien spacecraft either crash landed or had some kind of technical failure while flying near Earth. The ship needed repairs, but since Earth didn't have the right technology or tools, the aliens had to build something to lift their ship up. Kind of like how we use a car jack to work underneath a vehicle, and that's where Stonehenge comes in. The theory explains that the large stones of Stonehenge were carefully placed to act as a giant support structure to lift and stabilize their spacecraft so they could do repairs. Basically, they made a giant alien version of a car lift using the heavy stone blocks available on Earth. Now, the stones of Stonehenge, are massive. Some even weigh over like 20 tons. Now, the theory says that regular humans back then couldn't have moved or placed them so precisely with the tools that they had at the time. And that's where, alien technology comes in. The theory proposes that the aliens either used advanced anti-gravity tech or some kind of, tractor beam to move the stones and build the structure in a very specific way. The layout of Stonehenge, the circles, the alignment, the angles, that's all said to, be
Life moves fast.
Oh my gosh.
But when that phrase hits, you can't help but slow down.
It's not random. The theory says that it's not a temple or a calendar like some believe, but actually a technical design, almost like scaffolding or support beams. The upright stones work like support columns, and the horizontal stones across the top help distribute the weight of the ship. After the ship was repaired, the theory says that the aliens just, left the structure behind. That's why Stonehenge doesn't seem to serve any, obvious purpose now. It was never meant to be used again. It was just a temporary tool for maintenance. So to sum it up, this theory says that Stonehenge was never a human monument or a spiritual site. It was literally just an alien repair station. Theory number 15. Alien life could be based on silicone instead of carbon like it is on Earth.
That's
because
freaky.
silicone can bond with the same number of elements as carbon.
Oh, that's freaky.
However,
That's good.
that would mean that if aliens came into contact with oxygen, they would crystallize and solidify. That would mean they would be deathly allergic to water and oxygen, something that covers the majority of our planet's surface. That's why aliens don't come visit. The theory says that alien life,
It's
might
a good
not be
theory.
based on
I like
carbon
that.
like life on Earth. Instead, it could be based on silicone. Now, carbon is the main building block of, all life here. It's in our DNA, it's in our cells, it's in our proteins. It's pretty much in everything. But silicone is, really similar to carbon in one key way. It can form the same number of chemical bonds. That means it's capable of building complex molecules too, just like, carbon does. So the theory says that in other parts of the universe, especially on planets with different environments, silicone-based life might, have evolved instead of carbon-based life. But here's the catch. Silicone reacts very differently with oxygen. When silicone comes into contact with oxygen, it forms silicon dioxide, which is basically just glass or sand. And that's no bueno if you're a living thing. The theory explains that if a silicone-based alien came to Earth and breathed in our oxygen-rich atmosphere, it would start to crystallize. Basically, its body would turn into, a solid, like it was being turned into glass from the inside out. And it even gets worse for these, silicone-based aliens. Earth is covered in water.
That's a smart
Water
theory,
is made
though.
of hydrogen and oxygen. So it's not just the air that would be dangerous. Even touching water would be, extremely toxic. The theory says that this makes Earth one of the most dangerous places in the galaxy for silicone-based life. It's like their version of, acid rain. That's why the theory says that aliens don't come to visit. It's not that they don't know we're here or that, they don't care. It's that our entire planet is poisonous to them. The air, the water, the weather, everything would be fatal. So instead of making contact, they just stay away. And it's not because they're scared of us, but because our planet, would literally kill them on arrival. Those fools would be turned to stone or turned to glass, pretty much immediately. But then I guess my only question with this theory is that people have, reported seeing aliens on Earth. Like there's that one, what was it, in Australia, where all the school kids saw the alien ship.
Let me get some water.
Like walking around and shit. Theory number 16 is the Great Filter Theory. Now this theory basically just tries to answer the big question, why haven't we found any other intelligent life in the universe yet? Like with all those stars and all of the planets out there, just where is everybody? Well, the theory says that there's something called the Great Filter. Now a filter here means a big hard obstacle that stops most civilizations from making it to the point where they can explore space or communicate across galaxies. It's like a checkpoint that almost all life fails to pass. The theory explains that this filter could happen at any stage of life's development. For example, it might be super hard for simple chemicals to turn into life in the first place. Or maybe it's really rare for simple life to evolve into complex, intelligent beings. Or it could be that once a species gets advanced enough to build technology, they often destroy themselves with war, environmental damage, or uncontrolled science. Now, the conspiracy side of this theory says that the Great Filter might be something terrifying and hidden. Maybe it's some kind of cosmic force or a natural disaster that wipes out intelligent life before it can spread. Or maybe there's a secret group of aliens or AI machines that kill off emerging civilizations to keep control of the galaxy. The theory also proposes that maybe the Great Filter is still ahead of us. That means, we might be at a dangerous point where our own technology or actions could cause human extinction. That could be nuclear war, climate collapse, or artificial intelligence running out of control. So the theory says that the reason that we don't see alien civilization isn't because they don't exist, it's because, almost all of them hit the Great Filter and never got past it. In short, the Great Filter is a giant mysterious barrier preventing intelligent life from becoming spacefaring or visible. And that might include us, which is why, this theory has kind of a dark and urgent vibe. It's basically telling us just to watch out because, surviving the Great Filter is the hardest thing any species can do. Theory number 17, ancient aliens. Aliens came to Earth thousands of years ago to mine precious metals and collect other natural resources. They got tired of doing the work themselves, so they decided to modify Neanderthal man genetically with a splash of their own genes, convince him to do said mining in exchange for technology and spiritual guidance. Early man then worships these sky beings as gods. People of Reddit just don't know how to form correct sentences or paragraphs or whatever it may be. This theory says that thousands of years ago, advanced aliens came to Earth. Now, these weren't just, curious explorers. The theory explains that they had a specific goal, which was mining precious metals and collecting natural resources. Earth was rich in things like gold, silver, and, other valuable minerals, so these aliens saw it as a perfect spot to gather what they needed. But the theory says that these aliens got tired of doing all of the hard labor themselves. Mining is tough work, even with advanced tech, so instead of doing it on their own, the aliens decided to make a deal with the planet's native inhabitants at the time, which was early humans and more specifically Neanderthals. The theory explains that aliens genetically modified Neanderthal man by mixing their own genes with theirs. This genetic boost made early humans smarter and more capable. And this wasn't just accidental, this was purposeful engineering to create workers who could help mine and gather resources more efficiently. Now here's the interesting part. The aliens didn't just force these early humans to work. Instead, they convinced them to cooperate by offering something very valuable in return, which was technology and spiritual guidance. The theory says that these aliens showed early humans new ways to, build tools, to understand the stars, and even introduce them to early forms of religion and worship. And that's why the theory says that, many ancient civilizations worshipped sky beings or gods who came down from the stars. I mean, these weren't just, myths or stories. They were memories of those alien visitors who helped shape human civilization by providing knowledge and power in exchange for mining work. The theory also points to ancient texts, monuments and cave paintings, showing strange flying objects and beings as proof that aliens were working alongside humans. So in a nutshell, this theory just explains that human evolution and civilization as kind of a partnership between aliens and early humans. Aliens got their resources mined, humans got smarter and started building civilizations, and the whole process just laid the foundation for, our modern society. Theory number 18, Project Bluebeam. This theory says that there's a secret government or group planning to stage a massive global event using advanced technology, and this event is designed to completely change the world's beliefs and control people like never before. The theory explains that Project Bluebeam involves using powerful holograms and mind control to create the illusion of a fake second coming or a huge religious event where gods or aliens appear in the sky. Now the idea is that this holographic projection would be so realistic that everyone on Earth would see it happening live no matter where they were at. The theory says that this fake event, would be used to trick people into believing a new global religion or new world order is starting. And the purpose is to unite everyone under one government, one belief system, and one set of rules, completely controlled by whoever is behind Project Bluebeam. Now the technology part is basically the key thing here. The theory explains that governments have super advanced hologram tech and satellite systems capable of projecting images in the sky that look like three-dimensional and lifelike. This could be combined with low-frequency radio waves or, other ways to influence the brain, making people feel emotions or even hear voices, which, is just flat-out mind control. Now, the theory says that there will be several stages. First, they'll create earthquakes and fake archaeological discoveries to shake up current beliefs. Then they'll project images of gods, angels, or aliens in the sky, speaking to people in their own language to convince them that this event is actually real. Finally, this chaos and fake spiritual awakening will allow the controllers to introduce a new global government or system, and there won't be that much resistance. So in simple terms, Project Bluebeam is a plan to fake a worldwide religious or alien event to manipulate humanity, control beliefs, and just, take total power. It's like the ultimate mass illusion designed to reshape the world overnight. Theory number 19. The theory that aliens have been aware of Earth and mankind since the first tests of the nuclear bombs. That it set off a beacon to other intelligent life, that man has reached a certain milestone and could now be ready to be observed and possibly welcomed into the community of interstellar life. This theory explains that when the humans conducted the very first nuclear bomb tests in the mid-20th century, those powerful explosions sent out a unique signal into space. Now, nuclear bombs release an enormous amount of energy, including intense radiation and electromagnetic waves that travel far beyond Earth's atmosphere. The theory says that this sudden burst of energy acted like a beacon. It's like Earth.
What's up, Arm Rider?
We're here switch that, could be detected by intelligent life in the universe. The theory proposes that before those tests, Earth was basically quiet on the cosmic radar. But once we started messing with nuclear weapons, that noise in space told, any nearby advanced civilization that humans had crossed a major milestone.
I'm stretching my feet.
Nuclear technology is seen as a big deal because it shows the ability to manipulate atomic energy, which means a civilization is advanced and possibly ready to join the club of interstellar species. Now, the theory says that since this signal went out, some aliens have been, watching us more closely.
Today is Saturday,
They're
correct?
waiting to see how we handle this new power, whether we
So I
destroy
work in the
ourselves
morning,
or mature
yeah.
enough to join other intelligent species in other galaxy. The theory also suggests that this is why reports of UFO sightings and alien encounters increased after the 1940s and 1950s. Right after the nuclear tests. It's like the aliens took notice and started paying more attention. So in simple terms, terms, I mean, this theory explains that nuclear bomb tests didn't just affect Earth physically. I mean, they sent a message out into space announcing that humans have arrived on the technological scene. That's why aliens might be watching, waiting, or even preparing to welcome us into a larger cosmic community. Theory number 20. Bigfoot is a hyper-intelligent, dimensional traveling being and either works with the Greys or against them.
Wow,
This
that's a
theory says
hell of a
Bigfoot
theory.
is way more than just, a giant ape or an animal hiding in the woods. Instead, Bigfoot is a highly intelligent creature with abilities beyond what we normally think. The theory proposes that Bigfoot uses these dimensional shifts to appear and disappear, which is why sightings are so rare and mysterious. It's not just hiding or running away, it's actually just slipping between realities. Now, the theory also involves the Greys, and, the Greys are basically just the classic alien description that you always hear when, people talk about aliens. It's basically just, it's nice up that way.
What am I gonna play? I'm thinking Mega Man. I've been having a real Mega Man itch, bro.
The big heads, the black eyes.
I mean, like comfort
these
gaming.
people or these beings are reported in UFO and abduction stories. The theory says that Bigfoot either, works with the Greys or opposes them, but either way, there's a connection between the Greys and Bigfoot. Now, if Bigfoot works with the Greys, it might be part of some alien experiment or surveillance program on Earth. Maybe Bigfoot helps the Greys keep an eye on humans or protect certain areas from intruders. Almost like
We can hop around. We have like 2 hours. Almost 2 hours. Almost. Green wasn't that demon time.
In the Pokemon manga, the battles are much more brutal and threaten the life of both trainer and Pokemon. Legendary Pokemon can obliterate entire regions off the face of the earth. This also applies to the criminal organizations like Team Rocket, who casually commit crimes like murder or domestic terrorism in broad daylight. Because of these much harsher circumstances, becoming a trainer capable of being the Pokemon League champion requires intense fighting spirit and a willingness to take on...
Well, we spent 30 minutes of it, so let's get it correct. Did you get to see did you get to see this game the other day, Kill la Kill? Or did you get to see Bayonetta 3? I've heard of Bayonetta 3. The graphics on that game are like fucking impressive. They're really, really good. Too long, man. It's been too long.
Take it away, operator.
Kilala? Kilala. Where the fuck are the 4 key datas? Uh-oh. I don't remember where I'm supposed to find the key datas. Kilala! Come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come with your papa. I'm your papa. You sit down right there. Oh, Kila, your nail is hurting. No, with your papa. I'm your papa. And you're my Kila. Kila. check out these losers. POV, your girlfriend cheats on you with your brother and she sends a video of her doing it with your brother and you realize that you can post a video on the hub and make money. That's, bro, Arn, that's a fucking insane POV. It's a very detailed POV, bro. I fucked up big time. Lala. I found one. Alright, that wasn't that crazy. W Kilala. I have 2 cats and a dog. Oh no. Kilala is the cat, yes. Yes, she always chills on the couch on the YouTube shorts. It's the safe zone, so the sword doesn't drop on her. Designated safe zone. Damn, bro, I did a lot of damage. Holy shit, holy. Benzie mode activated? That's fucking wild. That's savagery. The dream is to be Benzie mode? Real sus. Oh no, we're running away. I don't fuck with those little sheep guys. Those little sheep guys are the hardest fucking thing to fight. They are the worst, unless you have like a specific type of chips. And I don't have those. At least 200. I mean, we're working on it. We're getting there. $200 milfs. If we drink Red Bull 24/7, we will find them. Only through Red Bull can our dreams be actualized. Well, that's not good. Benji mode. When I was a teenager, we would drink like a bunch of different energy drinks in a row. And then it would be so much you would just pass out from overdose. It was terrible. It gave us tiredness and overdose. $700, that's like nothing. You made the like stream, which is what? I fucking hate this dude, bro. I'm fucking it up. You're funny? I don't see how I'm being funny. I'm just fucking sucking hard. Oh my god, make it stop. Oh no, it did hurt me. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Wow. Yeah, I took myself out. That was hella death. Anti-water? What? Why would they have anti-water? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Okay, finally. Damn, bro, these lackeys are fucking me up. Like for a cookie, like and maybe we'll stop sucking. again with this combo. Showed. Number one fan, you are my number one fan, bro. It's taking me too long to beat them. It should only take me 1 turn, 2 turns max. He anti-nabbing me? This motherfucker. Gooning is good for better sleep? No, you would think so. This makes you more stressed. Because you're not actually getting laid, so it just stresses you out, bro. Because after you goon, you get post-nut clarity, and then you're like, why didn't I just smash? And then you get all depressed. He hit me for 200. That's wild. Gooning chat. Gooning chat party. Deus Ex Machina. Deus Ex. The Professor. Deus Ex Machina. Okay, we only need one virus trap. Do it. Do it, the Professor. Proto Man. Well, this is bad. This is very, very bad. I'm gonna use the wood style for the first time. Fire Knight as DD hold up. I'm sure that's a mod, bro. Yes. kind of tough. I don't know if I like the wood style. It didn't turn the floor into grass panels. Low-key disappointed. Damn, he dodged that shit? What a pussy. Oh, I need to be careful what I say. Oops, I'm sorry. What a handsome person. What a handsome creature, if I've ever seen one. Kilala, Fen, get out of there. Hello, hello. Damn. Damn. Let's get out of here, Lan. Okay, it sounds like there's no one outside. Lan, use key data. Okay, it's open. Let's go for it. That's far enough. Huh? Ah! It's that criminal who kidnapped me. What are you going to do to me? Enough, that chattering. Enough, that chattering kid. Listen, I'm kinda sorry for hitting you. I had a reason for kidnapping you. Leave the rest of the talking to me. Mr. Bonds, what are you doing? What's going on? I set all of this up, lad. It was a test to see if you really are a first-class battler. A test? As expected, you passed the test. You qualified to take part in the Blue Moon tournament. Our qualification to this was like a prelim? Simply to put, yes, I suppose so. Tournament starts tomorrow in the Coliseum. You should rest here until then. We won't disrupt you anymore. Good luck to ya. Ooh, I thought that we were done for just then. Another time was just a prelim. It was a bit over the top though. Yes, but if our skills had let us down back then, we wouldn't survive in the Blue Moon. Battles from all over the world, right? Mega Man, let's really go for it tomorrow. Of course we will. But first, Lan, get some sleep before the tournament. Yawn. You're right. Today is a little tired of me. Has me a little tired out. Okay, about the episode. Man, it's a big day. The Blue Moon tournament. How do you feel? Perfect. I'm in top condition. Feel like I can beat anyone. Okay, Lan, let's go to the Coliseum. Yep. We'll make the whole world know the name of Lan. What you saying? Is that a Jake emoji from Adventure Time? Oh. Only me and my homies. I don't know. It is Jake, I think. I like it. What's this? Whoever put this up has no taste. No taste. How rude. Ah! It spoke. Are you a Blue Moon contestant? Well, yes. Are you sure you're telling the truth? Yes. Well then, put your hand into my mouth. If you're not being truthful, I'll bite it off. Bite it off? No way I'm putting my hand in there. Well then, you must not be a contestant. You should leave right away. Man, you're gonna have to put your hand in. Otherwise, no tournament for us. Listen to that Navi, so are you going to leave or compete? Ah, I'll do it. I'll put my hand in. I'm not lying. Hey, yo, sussy. What's wrong, getting cold feet? Or have you something to hide? Ah, here I go. Fingerprint? Okay, DNA? Okay. Confirmed. Land of Electopia. Now Lan, stand in front of the tournament board. Yes, we're clear. I said go to the tournament board real quickly. Ah, the painting for the tournament. I can now announce the pairings. Study them carefully. I mean, pretty obvious we're gonna have to fight Proto Man. See the information? Oops, sorry. Looks like my opponent is Mega Man. Never heard of him. Mister, do you know who this Mega Man Navi is? He's our opponent, but he looks weak. Guess the next battle will be an easy one. Do you think so, mister, or what? Hey, you looking at me like that. Wait, are you the next opponent? Yeah, I'm weak-looking Mega Man Separator. Oh, you are? Sorry about that. I just say we're thinking sometimes. time will be a tournament. After we win and we don't do any more net battles, hey you, can you brag to your friends that you got along with me after? You've been shooting your mouth off for the past 5 minutes, and by the way, we're gonna win. Okay, let's see who wins then. Football. I remember this. Last time I won it on accident. What happened? This guy is our next opponent and he wants us to play some bullshit minigame before our next round. Which I'm sure will try to take our Navi out. You're into a sport that goes back 1,000 years, sorry, but it sounds just like soccer to me. There you go again. Well. I'll show you how foot bomb is different. Sound sketch. Let's have a foot bomb contest. Extra sketch. With a side of mayo. Let's do it for some warming up. Of course. First. Go get the bomb shoes and come back and touch. You know, after shop. Bomb shoes sounds like a soccer shoe to me. So I'm saying soccer all the time. Man. Football. Let's go get the bomb shoes. They're in the Netopia area. Oh my gosh, why? I think we can jack into one of these and get to Utopia faster. Ooh, I'm so sweaty. I am hella sweaty. No, it's just no. I'm awake. It's just so sweaty. I'm like super sweaty in this bitch. Oh, I don't know what happened. I think I just got hella sweaty. I checked out for like 10 minutes. I must have just kind of fell asleep. Yeah, I'm just tired. Damn, bro, he's whooping my ass. I scared him. That's funny. You think he was concerned about me? That's good. Concern. Alexa, set a timer for 9:40 a.m.
Alarm set for 9:40 a.m.
Oh shit. Damn, bro, I'm just sitting here and I'm sweating. Holy shit, totally. Well, I'm here now so you can wake up, get up, get some star jumps, get your blood flowing. No, I have to go to bed soon. You have to go to bed soon. You play foot bomb? That's wonderful. I've been making bomb shoes forever. Cool. No, I wish. I'm already tired from yesterday, not sleeping enough. Because I had to get up in the early morning and I went to bed real late. I have to get up for work, but I went to bed too late. Oh! Oh, that's not good. I want to make sure he getting plenty of quality sleep. Well, I'm definitely not. I'm definitely not getting quality sleep. Who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck is this guy? Look at the crowd. I wonder how many millennia it's been like this since the last time the Colosseum was full. You're scared AF. Oh, that sounds terrible. Let me get out of here. Boy, I swear to God, it'll make me come over there and put your ass to bed and get some sleep. Put your ass to bed and get some sleep. I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh my lord. Where's their spacious area? I don't know. Is it supposed to be on the net or like... I'm so confused. Spacious area, yes. Start digging in your butt. Sand ring. Start digging in your butt, twin. Beat bop beat. They can't hurt my Mega Man junk mode. Will you take a bite? Let me take a bite. Push that button. Bro, where? Do you know where a spacious area is? It could be literally fucking anywhere. I'm not seeing him. I'm not seeing this fucking guy. Move it, old people. Kilala, hush. Get some sleep? Yeah, I probably should. Okay, before I get sleep. Real quick. Because I'm Reinder, never seen Bayonetta. So I just wanted to show him Bayonetta real quick. And then sleep. This the Umbra Witch shit. Oh no. Did I just take it out of commission? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is that a sign from above? Death from above in 1979? Is that what's happening to us right now? Oh, so hot in this bitch.
Bayonetta.
I'll give you a sleepy treat. Hey yo, that sounds like you're gonna fucking drug me. That sounds like you're gonna drug me like with chloroform or whatever. Shit is that? This isn't what I signed up for. What is this? The Gomorrah. Uh-oh. You're not trying to drug me? That's not what it sounds like. Trying to roof me, bro. Oh shit. You wanna date together? I like nodding off like some bunch of cokeheads. That's basically Bayonetta. Days. I beat this whole game. It was pretty cool. Yeah, this fucking game is extra.
We'll catch up later. Let's go. The demon. Here. It's clearly been summoned. Who else could possibly have? Perhaps our new friends can tell us a thing or two. It's time for that session.
I thought I dodged that. I guess you can't dodge midair. Kraken.
Finally decided to come up for air, did you? Now, who invited you to our little experience?
Sweet dreams. This game is epic. Oh shit, it's time. Okay. Okay. You guys have a good night. Have a good night, Kirsty.